I really can't remember that many games casting that I've casted on SjoW, but pretty much every single series I cast have Ohana in it. And I think it's a good sign, but it's just thing that it's universally agreed upon that this is a pretty decent map. And I like that Blizzard put it in the ladder map pool straight away, so you don't just get the practice for the leagues, but you also get the ladder practice on this map, and then you'll be like, hey, you know what? That Ohana map, not bad.
Not bad at all. It's been played 41 times.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
How many of those 41 times do you think we've been casting? I think like 28. I feel that we cast Ohana really a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Well,
41 times in non-mirrors, so it's been played even more if you count the mirror matches.
Ooh.
So.
Why did you not count the mirror matches, man?
Because that doesn't really give me much to stay in balance.
Why not? You can say out of the 6 times there was a TVT in this map, Terran won all 6.
I could say that.
And you can also say that there's never been a draw in TVT on Ohana.
I could say that too.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you write it down?
You know, at the time, I just didn't feel like it was a stat worth tracking.
Well, here you go, man. There's always something worth tracking.
Now that you've raised the issue, I'll be sure to write down mirror match statistics.
But I could have asked you something. Like, which mirror matches do we see the most on Ohana? Is that PvP? Is that TVT? Or is that CVZ?
It's a very pertinent point.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point, like in all seriousness. I would love to have that statistic from you, Ben. So I would love to see you go through
all. Would you like me to tally it up right now? Go through every game that's been played, just so I can find out the mirrors that have been played on Ohana?
Yes.
Because I'll do it. You know what? Just hang on.
No.
You just cover the cast. I'm counting right now.
Don't be silly. Dignito SjoW is of course our blue Swedish Terran spawning in the right bottom of Ohana, and Slayer's Ryung is our red Terran in the left top side of this map. If you guys missed the start of this series, Ryung is 3-3 in our league. SjoW is 1-4. So it's a really big game for both of them. I mean, for SjoW it's going to be very tough, but if he ends the season with 5-4, anything is still possible. And obviously if Ryung goes 4-3 today, he's in pretty good shape, and he kind of needs to, Ben, if he wants to hang in there with Hazuops, who won again today. And Hazu is 4-2.
It's true.
And Dimaga, no, Dimaga did not
lost
win
today, so...
So Hazu is actually going to move up to the 3rd spot in this division.
That's right, unless Ryung wins.
No, then Hazu's still 3rd, because Hazu is 4-2 and Ryung is 4-3.
You're right. You are right. Ah, so well played, Hazuops.
Yeah, it's
one step closer.
I mean, Hazu was, of course, at the NASL Season 2 offline finals, where he had that amazing series against Hawk. Still remember them. Oh yeah, and then he played against Hero. That was what we were wondering earlier about, Ben. It was the NASL Season 2 finals.
Oh.
Look at us, solving it by accident.
We've got a, well, it's 1 Rax expand into gas for SjoW, whereas Ryung is doing the double gas stuff. So we're going to see something. We're going to see something out of Ryung. It could just be the same build he's used in both previous games. He could also be going up to Banshees.
I think this time it might actually be cloaked Banshees, Ben, because he's on double refinery, I feel, a little bit quicker.
Looks like
I mean, SjoW went quick double refinery the previous game, Ryung a little bit later. In the first map it was also quite a bit delayed, and we've never seen that quick tech lab on the factory. So I am pretty damn sure we are going to see cloaked Banshees for our Slayer's Ryung.
It's looking more and more like it as he's getting that tech lab, building that starport, and accruing that gas. So. This is a situation that we've seen so many times, Kev. Fast expand Terran against the Cloak Banshee Terran. With perfect play, I feel like you can hold it just fine with the fast expansion. Well, maybe I shouldn't say just fine. You're going to lose a little bit here and there. But if you play perfectly, you can survive the Banshee harass, but it's so hard.
It's basically the same thing as Banshee opening 1-1-1 against Protoss.
Yeah, that's a good point. 1-1-1.
It's not the favorite against expand anymore, but it's definitely still possible if you do a lot of damage. But if you are the expanding Protoss and you defend well, you don't lose too many probes, you are going to be just fine. But it's also one of those things, it's always going to be hard. And then again, we see Ryung actually dropping the command center, so Ryung is not going to be one basing. But still, Ryung's going to have to make something happen with these Banshees. Otherwise, he's going to fall behind economically, of course. Yep,
first Banshee about halfway complete right now. SjoW already up to 9 Marines. He's working off of 4 racks. So he's going to have a lot of bio out. But it's the positioning, it's catching those Cloak Banshees, all that stuff's the real difficulty. And of course, if he ends up dumping all of his energy into mules, then he won't have any means of detecting.
You know, one thing that really annoys me in the Starcraft II observer mode, Ben, is that there's basically invisible space here which you can't click on. Like, I can't box on it below this. Like, I can box here, but I can't box here or here or here because it's like invisible.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
Make a box, like on the map, like in the middle of the screen. So you box top left to bottom right. Is that how you always box?
Top left and bottom right? Yeah, of course.
because I always box top right to bottom left. Sorry. This is interesting. We'll talk about it after this Banshee does its thing. As it does start harassing in the natural of SjoW. It's already going to get a couple of SCV kills, so mission accomplished somewhat.
Gonna activate Cloak right now. We do see that missile turret going up. How much energy do we have on both orbitals? Well, he actually has 2 scans, so he should be more than just fine. He's trying to get that missile turret up. Look at this. He's repairing his SCVs, which get focus fired on. I wonder if that's a very interesting way to deal with this.
I don't think it's working very well. That Banshee's gotten a lot of kills. Up to 8 kills, and that's the point where our buddy Take likes to tell us that the Banshee's paid for itself.
That Dennis. I wonder if Dennis still has a lot of time to play.
Question. He's been very busy.
Yeah. Steam is ready right now for SjoW. Steam is of course a little bit delayed for Ryung because Ryung went for that Cloak Banshee opening, but this is all pretty good so far for Ryung. I think
second Banshee in the natural Kev, and it's not being that dealt with. Picks up a couple of kills immediately, and
Ryung is already 6 workers ahead.
Yeah, he's done this very, very well, and because he expanded, he's in a fine position. He's got his tech is established. He's got the better economy now, and he's still got these Banshees out.
And the Banshees do actually have a sweet spot. Because Marines do not range as far as Queens do. Oh, Stim activated right now for this one single Banshee, but Ryung was aware of that, whereas he heard the effect of Stim, and that Banshee is going to be safe.
I kind of think SjoW could just build one more turret by this supply depot, and that Banshee would be kind of stuck. But
what do you mean? Like, yeah, no. That Banshee is kind of stuck. Even right now, it's kind of stuck. Yeah. But do you really want to build like 3 missile turrets for a static for the Banshee?
You're completely right. That's just investing in static defenses. And it's exactly what Ryung wants at this point. Ryung way ahead right now. 77 supply to 60. He's got the larger army, the better economy, and more potential for production. So it's looking kind of tough for SjoW right now.
Double engineering bay is up for him as well, so he's getting both upgrades at once. Ooh, wow, he even saved that Banshee, man. Yeah. The 15 kill Banshee is going to make its way home now. That guy deserves a purple heart.
14 SCVs have been lost. And
I think Ryung lost absolutely nothing yet this game, by the way. But look at the unit loss resource step. SjoW has lost 19 units, Ryung 0.
Perfect game thus far. And it kind of come back to what we were talking about before, Kid. We were talking about boxing units.
Yeah. You box right bottom to left top?
Top right to bottom left. So I box in the direction of the minimap.
Oh, really?
And the reason I do that is because when I played Brood War, there was like a discussion one time that said this is the best way to box because you can box your units and then click the minimap quickly. And the truth of the matter is it makes no real difference. But ever since I read that, I was like, oh, I have to box this way. It's the most efficient way to play.
SjoW is moving out right now with a pretty reasonable army, but Ryung is going to have siege even quicker than SjoW has. SjoW does also have Stim, of course. I think Ryung has Stim by now as well. How's combat shield going for SjoW?
SjoW's got a lot of, 9 more Marines than Ryung.
And he has combat shield, so I guess this is the one push that SjoW
just goes like, oh, no, siege is done. There's no chance.
He's
drops the scan, sees the tanks. Maybe he would have...
Big drop in the main base?
I don't know, man. Ryung's spread out pretty well.
Let's not forget about this drop, man, over here on the right subside of this map. It's going to be a very important drop. Here come a lot of Marines for Ryung. He's going to pick up both medevacs straight away. Beautiful defense by our Korean Terran player.
Yeah, SjoW going to try to cover these Marines from the low ground, but I don't think it matters that much. More units going to try to be elevated in, I believe. But it's looking worse and worse for SjoW, Kev. That drop is going to go ahead and unload in the back of his natural, and there's not much there to defend it.
There are quite a few Marines actually, and with SCVs, I guess he's going to be fine. Big fight going here in the main base as well, but Ryung is handling this oh so well, man. Beautiful concave from all those Marines.
Oh, man. Beautiful play by Ryung. Just multitasking. A little better than SjoW. Throw a grenade, man.
No, now you need the rocket launcher. But at the end of the day, this went way better for Ryung once more. As we see that, SjoW lost basically additional 2,000 resources. Ryung only lost 1,400 over here. And Ryung doesn't even have combat shield yet, man. Imagine how good it would have been if he had combat shield.
Yeah, this is a best case scenario for Ryung at this point. His economy is excellent. Showdown to just 25 SCVs.
Well, killed 24 SCVs throughout the entire game.
Basically has one final all-in attempt left, but there's virtually no hope of it working. Ryung's just ahead in every possible way.
It's silly how these games kind of play out. It's like the opening that we've seen a billion times. Just a simple Banshee opening really dictates the pace of this game. It basically set SjoW so far way back. SjoW lost really a lot. He never even managed to pick off the Banshees. I mean, if you lose 6-7 STVs, that's bad enough. But the least you can do is actually pick off the Banshee. Not even that happened. Yeah. And then you just feel really bad.
Yeah, Ryung played it very, very well, and his opening was quite economical. He got a cloak going and he immediately expanded. So very little weakness in an opening like that. I suppose he would have been susceptible to some kind of early push, but obviously SjoW wasn't going for that.
He's going to seize up the right moment once more. Going to try to pick off Metavax, or going to pick off this one siege tank. Will succeed in doing so.
SjoW trying to make his way up through the center of the map, but
Ryung is all the time with these Banshees over here on the left bottom side of the map. He still has his Medevac, even though it's very low on HP, but I love it. That's like triple aggression.
Yeah, working hard on all fronts. Does hit a small supply block, perhaps because he's so active out on the map, but
yeah, can't blame him, man.
Yeah, he can really afford it. He's on 3 bases. He's got tons of units. He's still keeping his money low. I mean, Ryung not really missing a beat.
6 siege tanks right now for Ryung, 4 for SjoW. SjoW is starting to stabilize a little bit, though. I mean, obviously everything is still working into Ryung's favor, but maybe with like a really poor engagement, SjoW could make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, Terran versus Terran is ultimately a pretty positional game, so if SjoW can reach like a point of stability and just kind of make his way to perhaps like a maxed out game and sort of play chess, then I think he could maybe stage a comeback that way.
Oh, that was the wrong moment, SjoW. I almost got a couple of tank shots off from this one tank. I love how Ryung is doing this, man. He's just sieging up closer and closer. He's going to pick up these siege tanks from SjoW as well.
Man, Ryung's playing so well.
Yeah, most of these Marines are kind of trapped. He could load up those units. He's going to load up at least one medevac. Oh!
Yeah, flies through a scan in doing so. He's going to have a hard time finding an opening in the back of that 3rd base, and even going to lose a couple units as Ryung stems and runs forward.
SjoW is going to stim those units to safety, but Ryung is so far ahead in upgrades as well. Of course, we have this one drop from SjoW over here on the right top side of the map. It's going to fly right into a missile turret though. SjoW, are you paying attention? SjoW is not paying attention. He's just going to unload right above the missile turret, man.
Yeah, 3 Marines make it out, but they're not even going to get a single kill. Well, they get 1 kill, but that is all. This might be the final push. Kev Ryung making his way through the center of the map. SjoW going to try and make a stand, but I don't think he's got enough. It's 2-2 against 1-1. It's superior tank numbers against very, very few tanks. And SjoW's army is going to melt away. Ryung looking oh so dominant. GG comes.
Ryung wins.
Ryung wins. SjoW loses. Mr. Bitter loses.
Yeah, big win for Ryung over here. And this means that Ryung is going to be 4-3 in his division. He right now is, I think he's even ahead of Dimaga. Yes, he is. Dimaga is 3-3, so this means that Ryung moves up to the 4th spot in this division. Hanzops is 3rd. And now, Ben, it's time for the 2 guys who are on top of their division. In style, 6-0 and 5-0. The Muslim and Hero.